There's something hidden up here that I want to share with you. Every great walk has multiple layers to discover. And there's so much of it on this one. We've got big summit views, secret caves, wild limestone, and it's absolutely packed full of history. If you enjoy real adventures, you'll love this one. Let's hope they're not needed today. So we've just started off in Clapham, which is one of those classic Dales villages that seems peaceful, but is at the gateway to some seriously dramatic landscapes. People have lived here for thousands of years, partly because of the limestone landscape that holds lots of caves and springs, and that underground world is going to be a big part of today's story. I've got something I want to show you later, and it's hidden right beneath our feet now as we walk. I don't know if you heard that then, but there's a woodpecker up there in the woods. It's so fantastic to hear them, isn't it? Oh, there we go. We're into the sun now. So today we're doing a classic Dales route, heading out from Clapham, up through hidden gorges and meltwater ravines, past the largest underground cavern in Britain, and then all the way to the top of Ingleborough, one of the Yorkshire Three Peaks. It's about 11 miles, and it's got a bit of everything. And if you've ever wondered what a proper Yorkshire Dale looks like, then this is it. So take a breath, have a look round, and let's get moving. Sun is blinding at the moment. We set off at 7:30 this morning, just around sunrise, so we're getting a beautiful part of the day. Right, here we go, back in the shade again. Oh, look at those icicles. Now we've got the river coming out of the limestone cave. That's typical around here. Alright, so we're just heading into Trow Gill, which is a classic limestone gorge. So when the last ice age ended, glacial meltwater poured off the plateau above and came straight through this rock, carving this narrow gorge. So what we're walking through now is basically the scars of melting glaciers. That's the result of thousands of years of water at work. You can definitely see how the stalactites form in the caves below us. So that's where we're headed up there, Little Ingleborough, and then Ingleborough itself. How amazingly beautiful is this? This is why we love walking so much, isn't it? Yes. Alright, so that down there is Gaping Gill, and it's one of the great natural wonders of Britain. There's a vertical shaft there, over 100 metres deep, that drops down into a massive chamber. And the chamber itself is so big that by volume you could fit over 300 double-decker buses inside. 300! And in 1895, the first person down there was a Frenchman by the name of Edouard Alfred Martel. Putting my French degree to good use there. And he was lowered down on no more than a rope into complete darkness. There were no head torches in those days and no modern equipment. So good old Edouard must have had a lot of courage and bravery and a lot of faith in that rope. You'd never know what's below here, would you? So many people come past and don't even realise the extent of it all. So right now we're heading up Little Ingleborough, and Ingleborough is not one of the Yorkshire Three Peaks for nothing. It's quite a pull up here. And did you know Ingleborough was once thought to be the highest mountain in England? It's not, but when you look at it from down here and from the other side, you can certainly see why people believed it. And on clear days, you can see for miles around. You can see over to Pennygent and Fountains Fell, where we did the first video in this Dales 30 series. And that day, we had no views at all, like zero. But we did see a lot of mine shafts on one of those truly atmospheric Dales days. But today, we're definitely going to be luckier with the views. Just look at those views. This bit gets the blood flowing. That's Fellbeck there running down the middle of the hillside. And you can see where it disappears down Gaping Gill. The snow really does show it off in these conditions. Alright, so we made it to the top of Little Ingleborough, which didn't feel very little, I'm not going to lie. And ahead of us there is Ingleborough itself, and up here, long before walkers, coffee stops, maps and trig pillars, this was a fortified hill. There was an Iron Age hill fort on the summit, and still up there are the foundations of 19 circular huts. 2,000 years ago, people lived up here, farming, trading and defending the land. We'd certainly see people coming on a day like today, wouldn't they? And right now we're walking in their footsteps. It's a little bit crazy to think about, isn't it, really? If you're enjoying this video so far, why not give it a like? It really helps the channel. And if you're new here, hit subscribe and you'll get more great walks like this. Quick question, let me know in the comments below, have you done this walk? Have you been up Ingleborough before? And if not, is it a walk that you'd like to do or are planning to do in the future? I'd love to hear. Just look at those views. We've got the sea over there in the distance, and then you can see up to the Lake District covered in snow, and then right round there is Whernside, one of the other Yorkshire Three Peaks. It's absolutely beautiful up here. And down there is the ascent of the Yorkshire Three Peaks route. It's very steep up there. One of the hardest sections of the whole walk. Tell you something, Ingleborough has some great history. Up there, the summit was once called Rigodunum, and it was linked to Venusius, the leader of the Brigantes tribe, who rebelled against the Romans. But eventually, in AD 74, the Romans took control under Julius Agricola. So this peaceful looking fell was once an arena of conflict. Here's Fellbeck, that goes all the way down there and ends up in Gaping Gill on the 100-metre waterfall. And on top there used to be a stone tower that was built as a hospice for travellers in 1830, but it was destroyed on its opening day by people who'd been celebrating a bit hard, if you know what I mean. Only in Yorkshire, eh? This is one of my favourite reveals on the Yorkshire Three Peaks route. Look at that with Pennygent through there. Love that. So here we are on a lovely section of the Yorkshire Three Peaks route. It's a stretch I'm very fond of. I've done the Yorkshire Three Peaks many times and I kind of wish I was doing it today, although my legs can quite happily do without the 24.5 miles. If you're thinking about doing the challenge, check out my 10 tips for completing the Yorkshire Three Peaks video. It'll definitely help you get through it. And now that the days are getting longer, we'll be doing it again soon, but this time with a bit of an alternate take, so keep an eye on the channel. Alright, so here we go. We're leaving the Yorkshire Three Peaks route now and we're going to turn right and head back over to Clapham. Well, I don't know about you, but I am absolutely starving now. So let's head up there. Looks like the perfect spot to sit down and have a bit of lunch.
This here is a limestone pavement called Sulber scars carved by rainwater over thousands of years. And believe it or not, there's a plant that grows here, Yorkshire sandwort, which is not found anywhere else in the whole world.
So that's where we've been up there. You can see Ingleborough in the middle. Not so little Ingleborough on the left. And Simon Fell over there on the right. And beneath us now, right under here, is that huge cavern of Gaping Gill with those 300 plus double-decker buses crammed in there. Now I've seen some quite impressive cairns in my time, in my 40 odd years of hiking, but that one ahead there takes gold medal. It's absolutely huge. Comment down below, have you ever seen a cairn that big? I certainly haven't. I mean, come on, look at this thing. It's like one of the pyramids in Egypt. We're out foraging. It's slim pickings amongst all this snow. So that's Ingleborough pretty much done now. From hidden caves to ancient forts to drunken celebrations to wild limestone pavements. This is the second walk in our Dales 30 series and there are lots of brilliant routes still to come. I've got some really good ones lined up that I think you're going to love. Pop the route up on screen now. It's generally regarded as being around 11 miles, but my track has already got me on 12 and we're about a mile back. If this walk inspired you, share it with someone else who will also enjoy it. The next time you're out here, remember you're walking through glaciers, Romans, rebels, drunken celebrations and millions of years of history. It's been great walking with you today and I'll see you over here on the next one.